way to open up. Thank you so much, Queen. Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Grand Rising, everyone on this call. This is a wonderful Friday for so many reasons. One, because you are breathing and you are here with us. So thank you so much. I am excited for today. We have an amazing guest that I would like to introduce y'all to. Let me give you a little bit of background. Okay, a little background here. So me and my homegirls were at an open mic. And me and my homegirls being me and my mom friends. Okay. So we were celebrating, it was a feature of one of my mom friends, and she's a poet. And so being the mom that she is and the woman that she is, she attracted a lot of other mothers, other women who really support her, that she's also been supporting so very much. And kind of side note, I had to like really convince my mom to watch well, not my mom, but I was trying to see if I could leave my child so that I could go more easily. And my mom was like not trying to watch her. And I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna bring my baby. So I went through so much just to make sure I could get there that day, just to support her. And I'm so glad I did, because we, all of the mom friends, enjoyed ourselves. And we were sitting, and I'm like, I did perform, but I was like, whenever my ride was ready to go, we can go. I just want to see this one person. Well, it happened to be our guest. And it worked out. It worked out that you were I think the last person to go anyway. So we ended up staying the whole show. And it was fine. It was perfect. So, when we were sitting there, it was such an amazing show, and everyone had so much to add to the pot. Just so many different perspectives, so many stories to tell, so just so much to add. And what I really loved about this performance was it was poetry. And this poetry really brought to light just so many things to think about as a woman, even as a man, for the men who were in there, about life and our path. And I just really, I can't even explain. You would have to have been there to listen in order to understand. She was speaking, okay? She was speaking, and everyone needed to hear what she had to say, and I loved it. And I was like, you know what? I need to have her on this call so that other people can experience her essence, because I love this. So, with that being said, I'm going to read this bio that I have and then introduce our guest. So, everyone, I need snaps, claps, smiles, side eye opens, whatever you got to do, camera on or not, I don't know. But let's give celebration for Ahavah Ezra Sarah, also known as Bobina. She is a visionary artist. Yes, a visionary artist, spiritual midwife, and divine voice for healing, purpose, and awakening. A devoted wife, mother, and leader, she shepherds a tribe called Reset the Frequency, guiding souls into alignment with Yahuah through truth, beauty, and transformation. As a woman deeply acquainted with the wounds of trauma, the ache of misunderstanding, and the sacred labor of recovery, Ahavah doesn't just speak from theory. She lives the restoration she teaches. Her message is raw, redemptive, and revelatory. Whether through fashion, poetry, music, or ministry, she carries a mantle for Black women who've been silenced by shame, misnamed by their wounds, and pushed into perpetual survival. Let's give it up for Bobina one more time. Yes.
Welcome, 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 welcome.
Yes, yes. So, I let her know that we're gonna have, or let her team know that we're gonna have a really open dialogue and discussion. But I wanted to highlight on passion and purpose, because it is Passion and Purpose Friday, y'all.
Yes,
Um,
it is.
and I love that we are walking in alignment with our purpose, and using the passions that we have. So with that being said, I want to share some music, but I want to ask first, um, What are your passions and how do they align with your purpose?
Shalom, Alakim. Peace, love, and light to everybody. Thank you, Queen.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Thank
Shalom.
you.
Shalom.
Shalom.
I have a lot of my, I have a lot of my spirit. Oh man, I have a lot of my spiritual daughters in the room. Hallelujah, Torah for the support.
Shalom.
Morning, shalom.
Shalom, everyone.
Shalom,
So
my
good to see
sisters.
everybody.
Shalom, everybody.
Hey, shalom to my sisters, my daughters. I want to just thank, Lali and also Queen Aduni for having me. I definitely respect and admire what you're doing. This is a very beautiful space. Um, and so, yeah, like you said, I was communicated to that it's open forum. So I'm just gonna flow. My name is Ahavah Ezra Sarah, as I was introduced, but I am also known as Bobina and referred to as the Great Mother of Yashael. I do walk in the lineage and covenant of the original people of Scripture, the seed of Abraham, set apart by our Creator, the Most High Yahuah. I am a daughter of Zion. I walked in the ancient path of covenant that is rooted in the Scriptures, guided by Torah and led by the Ruach, which in Hebrew means spirit of Yahuah, the Most High. My belief is that we, as the scattered people, are being restored, not to a religion, but to identity, obedience, and truth. Biblically, in Deuteronomy 28, in Jeremiah 31 and Romans 11, it speaks of this awakening. So my language and my culture and expression, they reflect a return to the original way, right? A set apart living, a Hebraic thought, and spiritual authority. So it's less of a trend and more of a return to what was always ours. And when people ask what I'm passionate about, I no longer speak of hobbies. I speak of healing. I speak of truth and transformation and authenticity because that's the realm that I move in. And I'm passionate about art, music and fashion, but it's not for appearance, it's for awakening. My art, it is a mirror, and my music is a ministry. And I believe that my fashion is even a visual prophecy that declares that we can both be set apart and seen, anointed and expressive. But what I've journeyed through into at this point in my life is that I'm most passionate about recovery, not just, again, healing in theory, but the lived, the embodied reality of healing, because nobody told us what it really looks like. So I would like to tell you, based on the knowledges, the wisdom, and understandings and that experiences that I've had thus far. I believe healing doesn't always look like a clean testimony. It looks like finally getting enough sleep. It looks like eating when your body tells you to, not starving in the name of productivity. It looks like learning to say, I'm overwhelmed. And it looks like taking a nap at 2 p.m. without any shame. It looks like crying without an apology and screaming in a pillow just to get that trauma out of your tissues. And I believe that is very somatic, which so more somatic, it just means body, right? So I think healing is very spiritual and it's sacred. And sometimes sickness doesn't look like a hospital bed. It looks like snapping at someone who asks how your day was. It looks like being wired, but you're also tired. And it looks like being sensitive to light and to sound. It looks like inflammation in your gut and depression in your chest and anxiety in your breath, all at the same time. And so that's called adrenal fatigue, nervous system collapse and unspoken pain. And I'm called to reveal that, especially to the Black women community, because we're not taught these things. And so I'm passionate about educating women, especially, as I said, in my community, because we live by a standard, that's beautiful, but it's misunderstood and it can become a bondage, and many of us, in trying to be righteous, have become repressed. We've mistaken suppression for obedience, but I'm here to say that you can be expressive, you can shine, and you can laugh out loud, and you can be free and still be holy. And so that brings me into, my purpose, because that is a part of my purpose, is to challenge the vines that choke identity and to test hearts, not to judge, but to reveal, right? Is love really present in what we call truth? And so if I can real quick, I just want to touch on the biblical and Hebraic definition of purpose, because that's my language and my culture. And again, as I explained in the beginning, what I believe is the original identity and language and culture of our people who have descendants that were enslaved through this transatlantic and the sub-Saharan, those slave trades. So in Hebrew, for the word purpose, it is a Hebrew word called tishil, and it means completion or end goal or divine intention. So purpose is not just what you do, it's a heavenly intended, or it is what heaven intended when you were formed. It's the restoration of your original identity before trauma, before shame, before any type of mask. Right? Proverbs says, many are the plans in a man's heart, but the purpose of the Most High Yah shall prevail. So what is my purpose? I believe that I'm a vessel of transformation and that I am a sacred interruption to cycles of silence. I believe I'm a spiritual midwife called to help others birth their healing, their artistry, and their authenticity. And authenticity is really big for me, because when I think about authenticity, I like to look at it as this spiritual, like to give it the spiritual definition, which is like basically when your soul stops pretending to be what trauma trained it to be, right? It's when your identity no longer bows to survival mode. It's when you stop editing your presence in rooms that don't even carry your name. And it's when your nervous system, your worship, and even your wardrobe can all say the same thing, which is, I belong to the Most High. I belong to the Most High God. I belong to Yah. I belong to my Creator, the Master of the heavens and the earth, fully, freely, and without fear. So, yeah, I'm passionate about recovery and about wisdom of healing. I'm passionate about the beauty of divine expression, and I'm purposed to awaken, to challenge, and to reveal what healing really looks like, and to give women permission to live that without guilt. And so this is passion, and this is purpose, and this is prophetic authenticity in motion. And I believe that this is what I was born for.
Ashe.
That was amazing. I love that deep dive into your passion and purpose and how it's connected with your spirituality. And something that really stood out to me was, and I'm paraphrasing. I can't say it like you said it, but something about like being seen but also set apart. And I think that is something that I guess many women, and maybe myself, kind of struggle with, because it's like we would like to hold ourselves in this posture of like, you know who I am, and we want to be expressive in who we are. and then there's sometimes this fine line of like, am I doing too much? Am I showing too much? Am I being too much? Or like, in what ways am I too much? How just finding that balance sometimes can be difficult. And I think for you, you found that balance there. And it's really interesting how you express that. You definitely are seen. Like I see, you spoke of your fashion and everything, and those are like, your passions and how you utilize them for a bigger purpose. And I think that's amazing. And I've seen every time I've seen you, and then even in the videos, I'm gonna show one in a minute. But every time I've seen you, it's just like, wow, like this is amazing. Like you look really cool, I like your earrings, or I like your hat, or I like your makeup that you have. I think so. The day that I first saw you at the event, you had like a magenta-ish essence, like with the makeup on your face. And you had the I can't remember exactly the outfit, but it was really pretty and sparkly, and I liked it. And I'm like, wow, this is like, I see her, but I don't see more than I need to see to understand who she is and what she's sharing. And that was really, really awesome. So speaking of fashion, something you mentioned, and I'll let you speak on this before I play the video, but something you mentioned when you were at the event was that you coordinate your own outfits for your videos and stuff. Can you speak just a little on that while I pull this video, one of your videos up? Let's see.
Yes, so I do. When it comes to fashion, I just feel like I'm not just getting dressed, like I'm just like prophesying with this fabric, because each outfit that I even style for my shoots and like the looks that I create for like my content, it's not just like beauty, it's like message. Like I like to just promote a message and even a memory for some, and like a meaning. So like we were just talking about, I'm not necessarily dressing to be seen, I'm dressing to say something, because I believe what you wear can remind you of who you are before the world told you to shrink. So yeah, I think my fashion is like some divine commentary.
I like that. Divine commentary. That was really cool. All right. Let me share. All right. So we are going to share this video here with y'all. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Let's give it a go.
Refuge, fortress, reverence, energy. My struggle, you're my tower. Find my strength in your identity. Answer me, my everything. What you are to me. My soul, it thirsts for your love. My flesh longs for you in dry and thirsty lands when no water is. Keep my eyes hold your beauty in the sanctuary. This love has hope, Abba, don't grow weary. This intimacy, it goes so deep. I commit to the faith you've shown towards me. I submit to your love, I'll be loyal to you. Put not anyone above you, my contact. Call you on a line in instance. Passion burning for you, fire like some incense. Passion burning for you, in my soul like some fire on some incense. Keep my body on this altar in an instant. I joined to you, took possession, it was instant. Your light couldn't resist it, no distance. When we come together through the mention of Yahushua's name and Yahushua's fame, I feel every part of your spirit on my brain, a righteous name. Heaven shall praise your wonders, oh Yahuah. Your faithfulness in the midst of the Kodesh. Strength to strength, my warrior, my conqueror. Lay on your energy, bless your word inwardly. He who dwells in the secret place of Yah abides under the shadows of El Shaddai. In my eyes, hold your beauty in the sanctuary. This love has hope, I'ma don't grow weary. This intimacy, it goes so deep. I commit to the faith you've shown towards me. I submit to your love, I'll be loyal to you. Put not anyone above you, my contact. Call you on the line in an instant. Passion burning for you, fire like some incense. I got time and I got patience. Yeah, for this love, for your love. Yeah, yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. Girl, you're bad. That is awesome.
Oh, praises to that
That is
queen.
awesome.
Thank you, queen.
Mm-hmm.
If I can just expound real quick, that Patience song, that the name of that song is Patience. And it's definitely I just feel like the inspiration behind that when I was writing it was just really this journey towards like healing and like this discovery in the Most High, like just emphasizing like the importance of slowing down and listening to that inner voice and just trusting the divine timing of the Most High. So I really just feel like this song really, I know, like, for myself has served like as this reminder that like true transformation requires patience, you know what I'm saying, both with yourself and the process itself. So yeah.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree with that. Speaking of that, I'm glad I played that song first and that you said what you said because it made me think about my personal situation. And like I am currently kind of walking into the things that are set for me, whether that's my car and a change in job situation, a whole lot of different things. And I'm like on the edge of my seat, biting my nails, like, am I getting the email back? Am I getting the call? Like, checking my phone and da, da, da. And literally this morning about 5:30 a.m. I was just up and I'm like, let me just go pray real quick. Let me just focus my mind and sit and be still and just know that it's not my timing, it's divine timing, and that I have to be patient and understand that what's for me is for me. And so I can check my email 57 times a minute if I want to. That doesn't change the pacing of the divine. Like I can't just be like, okay, now, right now, I need it now. It doesn't matter. I need it. I do need it, but it'll come to me when it's supposed to. And so I had to just ease my mind and just pray, meditate, and go right back to sleep. And so I got, like you said, I got time. I got patience. Okay.
Yeah.
No, so yes, definitely.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm glad you really did, shared that because that's so important, I think, for us to understand too. Like when it comes to, like you said, like just the spirit of worrying and like anxiety and all of that stuff, like it will really have you living in a vibration of something that never even happens, but you lived it. Like,
Yeah.
and so I think that's why the Most High, through his Kodesh Son, that's his set apart Son, his one and only begotten Son, he told us to be like anxious for nothing and like do not worry, because we will be worrying and thinking over the situation or something so long that like we're living that, and then you find out, you see, like it's never even happened, like it never did. So I just wasted time, like literal energy and all of these things on something that never, was real. And so I think we owe that to ourselves to, even utilize that thought or that little bit of understanding when we come to spaces like that to help ground us as well.
Awesome. I have another question for you, but we have a question from the audience if you're willing to take it. Danielle has her hand raised. So Danielle.
Hey, it's not even a question. It's just it's a response to what she said because I have so many people that's not on this conscious path and they are just in that worry state. And I'm like, they look at you weird when you're just chill and peaceful in all the chaos. And I'm like, why am I sit here and worry? I have an aunt that worried herself over the pandemic. to Bell's palsy. And we don't know what Bell's palsy is. It's like a slight stroke that causes like half paralysis to like half your face. And I'm like, you're sitting here worried about me and your sons during the pandemic. You didn't worry yourself, your body into like a whole another state of and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, I don't walk in a spirit of worry or fear or anything like that because I don't have to. It's like, why? Like she said, it's wasted energy. It's like I'm wasting my energy on stuff that may or may not happen when I can choose to. I'd rather use that to manifest and call forth the things that I desire, that I need and desire. So I just want to piggyback on what she said. Like, it's absolutely true, and I see it every single day, and I'm just like, it's funny when people look at you weird because you ain't worried, and I'm like, worried for what? Oh, that's a t-shirt. Worry for what? I like that. I'm writing that down. That's all. I'm liking this. I'm loving this conversation, by the way. That's all.
Awesome. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Danielle.
I got your message. So if there is lag still, let me know. Let's see here. So thank you for sharing that, Danielle. We not walking in fear, y'all. We are not worried. Okay. That is exactly what I told myself. How I got faith and I'm worrying at the same time? That don't work. That don't work.
That's why I don't watch the news. That's exactly why I don't watch it because it's fear-based. I'm like, and I'm watching this why? So I can instill fear into stuff that has nothing to do with me. No, 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 we ain't doing that. We are
Nope,
not doing that.
we're not doing that. All right. So going into our next question, everyone has their own path. And some people, go through life like living with butterflies and rainbows, and they're just like, you know what? I am gonna now share this with the world. And then there's other people who are like, look, I've been through some things. I've seen things, I've learned things, I've watched things. I had to realize for myself how to walk in my purpose. And so that brings me to the question of what was your journey in becoming aligned with your purpose? Yes. Yeah. Your journey in becoming aligned with your purpose.
You heard me or you read my lips?
I read your lips.
Okay. My journey in becoming aligned with my purpose. Okay. Well, first off, it wasn't planned. I will say that. It was something, I feel like it wasn't planned, like of myself, obviously. The Most High, He knows all things, like He has it written out. So I didn't plan it. I feel like I feel like it was something I survived. Um,
I know what you mean.
yeah, like I feel like it's something I survived. Like I didn't wake up
Yeah.
knowing exactly who I was. I feel like I woke up, and by woke up, I'm saying as far as me and in my life and my belief structure now and understanding who I am. So woke up to me is like enlightenment to that identity, to truth, to actually even what the Most High is, that engaged personal experience with Him myself. I woke up with pain, and I woke up with questions and wounds that I didn't know were actually doorways, let's say, just lack for better words, or just for all of us to have a common understanding, destiny, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I think the Most High didn't give me really a 10-step plan. He gave me a series of moments and like breaking points and divine encounters for sure. Creative downloads and just inner shifts that slowly revealed that everything I had been through wasn't random, and that it was very intentional. Even the detours and even the silence and the rejection, I feel like it was all refining me to carry what I carry now. And so yeah, the truth is I didn't build my purpose. I feel like I submitted to it, and I followed the patterns that just kept showing up, like the way I could speak to people, it felt seen, and it felt like people felt seen. I feel like the way music and fashion like literally became a therapy for me. Um, the way healing was always at the center, even when I didn't feel whole myself, like it's just always at the center, but I had to heal my nervous system, and I'm still doing that, and that's the thing too. I feel like I recently had a moment that I wasn't proud of. Like something really happened even within my own community that's supposed to have these morals and stand on that. And like, man, because I feel like I go like even in my community, I'm a very unconventional one. So like you said, like when you saw that paint on my face, all of that in my type of community, in our belief structure, I would be signified as a witch or Jezebel or all of these things, in spite of my message, in spite of the fruits of my marriage, in spite of all of that, because it's so repressed. It's like because the women are very suppressive. So when I had that moment that just proved that we're human and this is what the process of healing looked like, it's like, aha, she don't have light in her, la 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 la. It's like people want to hold you to your worst moments, but also just ignoring the fact that they lit matches. But I'm like, for me, I was so disappointed in myself, like, you let these people, like, that's why I don't really go to around this community. I don't do this, like, la la la. And also I was like, you needed to though, because it just showed me like, oh, you still need to tend to that, you still need to tend to that. And it's okay to like it doesn't erase your whole growth. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't erase your growth. It just showed you got to tend to that, and that's okay. And I have the power and authenticity to even show that to the world and to people. And I feel like that's what, has set me apart. So yeah, I have to listen to my own body and just obey what the spirit whispers to me, even, when it goes against what's popular, and I also had to unlearn a lot of religious perfection and just more so embrace like divine process. So yeah, my journey definitely wasn't a straight line. I feel like it was a wilderness, to be honest. And that wilderness taught me to depend on the Most High and to trust that, even my voice and my art and my presence, it's a part of his plan. And so now I do walk in purpose by walking in that obedience. And I don't feel like I need to force a platform. I don't feel like none of us need to force a platform. I feel like we just need to show up healed or healing and just honestly honest and holy. I feel like that's something that's underrated, is being honest, like the vulnerability aspect. Like we don't know how to be vulnerable, and I feel like that's okay. And I feel like that's something that I'm learning now a lot with other people, because I feel like, how we have those stories like our mom and or fathers, our upbringing, the stuff that was undesirable that we don't like and what we feel like they could do better. And I tried to like practice that recently, like in understanding my mom more. Like, you know what, like can I think of something that maybe she did do? And I'm just being honest because my story is pretty deep. Like it was a little difficult, but it was something though. And I feel like that still proved Most High. I was like, you know what? Something she always taught me. Like she always taught me to be myself and to be authentic. Like she really did. Whether or in spite of, the time that she did aid in my suppression or tearing me down, whatever. It's like she always said that. Like, be yourself. You don't gotta be like everybody else. You're different. Be authentic. Like she instilled that. And I had to realize, like, dang, like that actually was a part of my journey and why I'm like this as well, So I think like authenticity is very big for me, like, and I think that expect people to just be it and do it. And like, even if you tell them that this is space to do it, I'm like, dang, okay, like that's a part of my vessel. Like I can actually help ease people into that and curate that space and let them know, like, okay, you know what, you actually have a resistance to authenticity. You have a resilience to vulnerability because people have hurt you or you have friend groups and people did that. So it's hard for you. You're uncomfortable. You have denial. You have shame. You have embarrassment. So being a little bit more empathetic to that and more informing of that to somebody, like, okay, I know what you're probably feeling right now, but like, this is me. I wear my heart on my sleeve. And that's why I'm as open to just share stuff, because I feel like that's kind of like an icebreaker for people to know, like, I can tell you X, Y, and Z so that you also can know that you're safe in that space too. Because a lot of the times, you do have people that, maybe like, cry on my shoulder, but like it's something felt, especially if you're like a hyper, empath and like you're hypersensitive, you can like, people can say that, but then you just feel like you don't feel safe. So I just feel like, it's important that honesty is a part of that, I hope I answered that. I know.
No, you did, because you really expressed, your journey and how for you it was like a lot of things kind of just had to happen. You were kind of forced into, awakening yourself and walking in that purpose, because it's like I don't have any other choice,
Yeah.
at this point. And I think especially as a creative, I feel like it's something about those who are gifted with that ability to create that we have to deal with things like twice as much or on a crazy level. Like the craziest things have to happen sometimes, or if not, a whole lot of things are happening. We feel it so much more strongly because we are purpose with expressing that for other people, so other people can learn from us. And I think that is, it's profound because in your messages, like, for example, the song Patience, you're still teaching something, but you had to learn that you needed that patience, And so like that was something you had to feel and be able to put into words and put into melodies so that people can more easily get the message just on the frequency, and not necessarily have to go through as much or experience or see the same things you've had to. And so I think that's really awesome. What I want to do now is share another video, y'all. We got videos on videos. Okay. So we're gonna share another video. And before we go on, let's see, we did patience. So let's do rose quartz resilience. I
was gonna ask for that one.
Yes, especially just because I feel like what you spoke of was resilience. And so yeah, we're gonna share that, y'all. All right. All right, once again, let me know, can everybody see it?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's get the show on the road.
We end up here. Just go. Why are you here? Do you not see me? I'm full of shame. I'm filthy.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
It's no use. It's no use. It's no use. I don't know why I'm like this. You're everything for me and to me. What am I to you? Huh? What am I to you? Just go. Why are you still here? Go. Did you not hear me? I said go. Go.
Bobina, Ahavah Ezra Sarah. You still here, stood by my side through my resistant reactions of your true love. What manner of devoted interest you have, your holy son. I've met the one who makes my heart race. I've met the one in whom my soul embraces. I felt the absence of pain, pure love's hold on my brain, seeing sunshine through the rain. I tried to drown the feeling out, I tried hard to send it away, but learn your love is here to stay. Your love you preserve and promise to me that you're enough. In the depth of your love, my love is struck. Oh, now it hit me with the depth of your love. Now my love is I want you now forever. In this endless room together, holy flames candle up perfect well. Hand in hand we face whatever. Whispered vows that no one can sever. You didn't listen to me when I said I didn't deserve the extremities that you took from me. You gave me care and concern as my remedy. I didn't know how to receive the intensities of your pure haven trust and goodness for me. Now I say you're enough, poured out for me. Fill my cup, Ruach overflow. I tried to drown the feeling out, I tried hard to send it away, but learn with the depth of your love, not my love. I want you now forever. In this endless room together. Holy place, candle, perfect weather. Hand in hand, we face whatever. Whispers, vows that no one can sever.
Why is Amazon paying me?
All right. Yes, yes, yes. Super cool. Oh my goodness. That was amazing. I love it. My favorite part was when you went in the water and you came back out a queen with the little rose quartz. That was really cool. You want to speak a little bit about that video, about the song?
I really do. Well, first and foremost, I direct all of my videos as well as my husband's videos. So I did curate that whole storyline and, because that's what it is. It really is a story. It's an account. Um, and I'm just releasing right now because I'm just in gratitude to the Most High, and I'm just like that song means a lot to me. It's really just the sound of a woman, and I feel like it is me, but I feel like I represent the bride of the Messiah, but in direct connection to myself, just a woman who tried to survive her sickness and her trauma and her heartbreak by, I feel like, shutting down what was most sacred, which was my connection with the Most High. And at the time, I didn't realize like what I was doing, and I didn't mean to push Yahuah the Most High away, but I feel like pain can like blur our perception. So I feel like I was sick and just exhausted and emotionally drained. And just like somewhere deep down inside, I thought that maybe like I failed the Most High, and I thought that maybe I disappointed him, and I was still calling his name, but like my heart had quietly put up walls. And it wasn't really from like rebellion, but like rejection. And I didn't know I was moving from wounds that I hadn't named. But it was rejection from people, disappointment in past loves, and also just like fatigue from being strong for everyone else. And then just like this unspoken shame of not being spiritual enough while like just silently suffering. But I feel like I just realized a profound miracle, which is that the Most High didn't leave. Like his love always stayed, and his ruach, his spirit, whispered in those places of silence, and he didn't rush me, and he's not rushing me to recover. He waited on me, with me through the breakdown. So when I sing Rose Quartz Resilience, I'm not just singing about my resilience, I'm singing about his. And the Most High's ability to love me through silence, and to wait through my doubt, and to choose me when I couldn't choose myself. And you know, I don't worship creation. That is a kinks. I believe the Most High structure, but I'm not ignorant to the things that He made and gave in this earth to heal us, and that we are, connected to, because we're made from the earth, I believe. So the rose quartz was like a big symbolization. So my husband in the beginning, that was my husband, shout out to him, man, like a real man that has loved me and dwelt with me in understanding, and has really provided a space for me to be exactly who I am. He represented like the Most High Son, like, and he was in that flesh, like it showed him like with his skin tone, because it was showing when he walked the earth at first, and like how he's pursuing us to really like grow and change. You know what I'm saying? Like, wake up, I have a truth to show you. And just like that state we're in, we're like pushing, him away. And then when I pushed him away, he came back, like when I feel like he ascended to the Father. And that's why he was in that glowing state. And so that all black in that tub was me in the spirit of death, like, that state of actual, like, after the fallen state of death, but then also what the Most High calls us to, into to the killing of ourselves. So that's when I go down and representing those like water immersions and that transformation and the healing through the portals of the waters. And I come back up in the white as that bride, right, without spot or blemish. So that's what that was. And there was a part when I had chains over my face, which was representing the veil, and also more expounding and symbolizing that bride as well, but also the identity of who we are, these people here who have been scattered, like showing the veil and how we've been covered but now is the more time forever, now is the more time than ever for us to be revealed, and how it's undeniable, for us to be revealed. So that's what that symbolizes, and just if you know anything about even stones, like rose quartz is a stone that like a lot of people, signifies as the unconditional love stone. So, I just realized it's not just, you know, symbolic of my heart, but of like Yahuah's heart towards me, how it's tender and it's healing, it's patient and it's strong. And I just feel like he loved me like rose quartz, steady, gentle, but unbreakable. And this song is not only, my ability to return to love, but his ability to love me back to life. So it's a definitely, a profound message and a lot of like coding and symbolism. And so, it's definitely a redemptive song. I would say a redemption song for sure.
I love that share, and I love all the symbolism. I was picking some of that up, but not everything. And now you explain more, I'm like, that you put some real thought into that. And that's amazing. That is amazing. So we have about 8 minutes left of the show, and what I want to do is open up the floor for not only questions. If you have questions, feel free to raise your hand. But also, I love when we as women are able to share and pour into each other. And so I think I want us to share, if maybe two or three people, I don't know how, depending on how long your share is, but let's share how we know, or okay, what am I saying? Let's share a time or share a moment where we were in that resilience, like where we felt that unconditional love, where we finally realized, not felt it, but finally realized that that love was there for us. And yeah, let's share that. So if there was a moment of realization when you're like, you know what, this love is here for me. This love has always been here. I've been rejecting it. I want to hear from you. Maybe two or three people.
Don't everybody jump in at one time.
I would like to share
Yes.
the Rose Shalom. I'm Mishek. I am a daughter of Bobina. I've been knowing her for the past 5 years. The Rose Quartz resilience really strikes my feels a lot because I have rejected a lot. And knowing Bobina these past 5 years has really showed me how to come into the feeling tonality of our Father and getting to know him. And she's had a lot of patience with me because I like to call her, I'm her slow daughter is what I feel. What I feel. I just have, there's a lot of numbness that I've had to get past and, work through a lot of postpartum. I have 5 babies and there's a lot of things that I'm just, just used to just going on in life and not, paying attention and not giving my spiritual man any attention at all. And she's always bringing me in. Hey, stop, slow down. Hey, reeling me into who we call Yahuah, our Father, our Creator, and what He's trying to show me and keeping me on this path and who I am and who He's created me to be as a worshiper and as a daughter of His. And I just want to give her flowers now of her patience that she's had with me on this path and, just her tenacity with me as well and her love that she's shown. But she's just, showed me a lot of, who our Father is. And, I come from a Christianity background. And so, I get lost in, just the steps or the everyday. And, he's so much more than that. And she's opened my eyes to that. And it still is opening my eyes to who our Father and our Creator is. So Toda Rabah, my mother, Bobina. I love you, girl.
Thank you. Thank you for
Love
sharing.
you.
All right. Anyone else want to share? And you don't have to answer the question when you found love in a hopeless place, okay? You don't have to answer the question, but if you do have another question or a comment or want to pour into the other women, other people on this call, Amuna, I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry, but you can go ahead.
Hello, my name is Amuna. I'm a daughter of beloved Bobina.
Can you speak a little louder, dear?
Mm-hmm. Oh, can you hear me?
A little better. Go ahead. There we go.
I'm gonna go a little closer. That's better. I just wanted to share just as soon as the song came on, I definitely just felt of not only what I know. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. We can hear you. Just bring the camera down so we can see you.
My screen was froze up for a moment. I'm not sure.
Or just
So I was really just, yeah, I think it's my
Okay, if you wanna type
network.
it in the chat, if you wanna type it in the chat, I'll read it out loud. Yeah, it looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I want this message to be heard, whatever she has to say. So please, please put it in the chat if you can.
The Wi
Yes, all right. So she's typing it now. I will make sure to read it out. Is there anyone else that has something to share?
Hello, is that better? Because I've just changed my location to see if that's better.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is. Yeah, good.
Awesome. So I really just want to, and tell me at any point if I do start breaking up so I can see what I can do.
You're good, sweetheart. Go ahead and share.
So assume just with any song that does come from my beloved mother, Bobina, and a friend of mine, I do immediately just cry because not only is there a depth of understanding in me to not only see where that is for myself, I also connect quite deeply and desire to connect deeply with any song that she puts out there because I know how much she pours into other people. And so for me, just knowing where I've come from, especially having had three children and been in a state where I had to care for those three children as a single mother, and her being my support, even just like I can name so many times where that adrenal fatigue, I definitely I see in that time where I was suffering from adrenal fatigue. And it was her that made me aware of that. Even if we didn't know the technical name for it, she let me know. You haven't had your rest, you haven't had your sleep, you need this, you need that. Send me the things that I need. And I have not experienced such a love even from my own birth mother. I haven't experienced it from my own sisters that I grew up with, and it's something that I have craved. And the fact that I've been miseducated, just becoming a single mother, I didn't know what postpartum was, and I know that it was through her vessel that I have been made aware of what postpartum is. And the lack of awareness for postpartum was so detrimental to young women, especially when they're having
babies without the knowledge that should have been passed down from your mothers. So you're here just having children 2 years apart, and you haven't even healed from or recovered from the last postpartum. And you don't even know where your stress is coming from. You don't know where the imbalance is coming from. You just feel emotional. You feel a whole lot of things that you have no answers to. And to have a woman who not only went through it herself, but had to be a mother to women who are mothers was profound and so powerful for me, because you're not seeing that in the world, or even seeing the example of it anywhere. It was like you just can't compare it to anything. I can't compare it to anything, even to this day, even if it was a woman who did midwifery and has had many, doula experience or whatever it was. But the way she tends to us, and the way that I've seen her tend to my own sisters who are here today, it's been on a personal level where, as she said, she can see that we've come from suppressive backgrounds. And we really have. We didn't even know we were suppressive. We thought we were normal, like societal, like, yeah, this is how it is. I see like how it is. And she was able to allow that to be a teaching moment for us and not condemn us, because that's something that we do feel a lot as young women, is you go through your whole life in condemnation. And I'll just speak specifically for the daughters of Zion, or the people that have been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, because there is a difference in what you have gone through as a people compared to other women that is so much higher on the level of trauma that other women haven't experienced, or our own mothers. So for her to be a healer in her community and other people's community, people that come from different backgrounds, at that is is extremely powerful. Like it's transformative. It breaks through barriers of nationalities, ethnicities, languages, everything. And when I say you breaking bulldozer, breaking down walls, like there's no walls here. Like it literally, she is the bulldozer at that point. It's amazing to me. I'm like, what? Like, you're a Mexican, that doesn't matter. It is what it is. That's what I wanted to say. Like, yeah, I couldn't say enough. I'd be here all day trying to talk about that, but just want to say I love you, Bobina, and I love everything that you have poured into me and my sisters, and just women that you haven't even met. Hallelujah and shalom.
Shalom Emunah, Toda Rabah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I'd like to say before we leave, because it's after 10, I would like to know, Babina, how do all these sisters know you? And others who would want to know you, how would they connect with you? Are just how,
Yeah, so definitely I do have a YouTube. So that YouTube is like dedicated to my content, like my music videos. I also do like short teachings. I do like little fashion reels and things of that nature, as well as like little tips. It's just like Everything Woman. So that's the name of my YouTube. It's Everything, right? Woman, WOMB, man. So yeah, it's just an open space. So definitely my music videos and music, but just like other little things that this are moved on me. I'm getting ready to do a series, just a series of teaching on just this healing and things that I've come into as I've been healing. So, you can look out for that as well. Instagram is the same name, Everything Woman, WOMBMAN as well. But also, one of the biggest ways you can support me as well is sharing my music and streaming it for the streaming platforms. So that's Spotify, that's what is it, iTunes, and all of those things. But you can find me on there under Ahavah, Ahavah Ezra Sarah. Sarah. And you can just stream whatever resonates with you. You can do that. As far as the women, like, man, this is something. Our community, what we have is like literally the evidence of the Most High's redemptive power. Because I think like everybody sees community, want community, but like what we have and what was done was so divine and is so like unrecognizable, incomprehensible. Like it looks weird, but that's what all I can say is, you know, the Bible said that He would gather, you know what I'm saying, the scattered. That, and I think we're like waiting on some like expounded thing, but like we literally were that. We literally come from the four corners. We got people from Canada, Jamaica, like Texas, there. You know, obviously I'm from Detroit, so I just started teaching. I started teaching with my husband. We were teaching on YouTube, and I built a ministry with the women. I was building, like she said, it just took like years of it. And then like after 3-4 years of building with each other, people, you know, step out and on just changing life endeavors. We move together. So many communities that lived around each other, support each other, raise the children together. So that's what we have. It's a big pot of accountability and just like transformation. So that's what happened. Yeah.
Ashe. Thank you so much for coming. I've learned so much, and I had was in my writing this morning. I was thanking God for the iron that sharpened my iron. Mm-hmm. You know, for anything that happened in our lives is valuable. Mm-hmm. And that is why you are who you are now, each one of us. That iron that sharpened that iron. Lolly, you want to close us out?
Yes. All right. So to close out, first of all, let's give a little hand clap, snap, smile, wink, yay, cheer for our guest today. Thank you so much. And we're gonna do something special that we do to close out. I'm also gonna play one last video as y'all leave out. So if you want to watch the whole thing and then leave, that's cool. But we do something where we hug ourselves. Everybody gotta hug yourself. You hug yourself because you could use it. Give yourself a hug. And hug the world, because the world could use it too. Everyone needs a hug. And then we're going to sprinkle goodness, patience, love, resilience, all of that, love and light. Okay, we're going to sprinkle that all over the world because everyone can use that too. I'm going to go ahead and play this, and then you can roll out whenever y'all feel like it. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. It's amazing. And
thank you again for having me. And shalom, Bobina.
Absolutely. Peace.
The ways, yeah. The ways, yeah.
Hello.
Elohim, even Yahuah has spoken and called the earth from the rising of the sun unto the going down thereof out of Zion. Search for a perfect beauty like this everywhere. Been in the aspect of the light, see your eye. And I've never seen a perfect beauty like this. I found beauty in your love and I like it. Made from my heart, my soul, man, anointed. You gave me love, so I'm gonna enjoy it. Here are my people, and I will speak. I will testify of my king. Offer thanksgivings and pay your vows. Don't be deceived, the king is coming down. You better get right, take the evil from his side. Dedicate your consciousness to that true, pick a side. The conscious people should live a life that speaks upright. Put away the evil and live a life that's in love. Cause I've never seen a perfect beauty like this. I found beauty in your love and I like it. Holy, 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 holy. Dear from my heart and my soul, metanoid. Holy, 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 holy. Gave me love, so I'm gonna enjoy it. I search for a perfect beauty like this everywhere. Every man in the aspect of the light in your eyes. Never seen a perfect beauty like this. I found beauty in your love and I like it. Hide your face from all my sins. With the blood of your affection, you make me cleanse. Holy, 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 holy.
Bye.
Peace out.